Hi, Aquarius. Let me turn our sound down just a little. This reading is for anyone who identifies with the sign of Aquarius at this time, August 2019, or whenever the reading may find you, Aquas. That may mean you are an Aquarius sun, moon, or rising sign. Maybe you are an Aquarius Venus or Mars or North Node or Midheaven. Aquarius may be anywhere in your chart. It may be governing any house of particular interest to you. That's why I say it's for anyone who identifies with the sign of Aquarius. It's also for any of you who were led here just by happen chance, YouTube, or the title. That is also a good indication that there could be a message for you here. Of course, it can be beneficial for those who are cross-watching for an Aquarius. Two major arcana cards so far, Aquarians. The Temperance card, which I just showed you, and now the Empress card is what is crossing you in the month of August 2019. As I lay the rest of the cards, I do want to say thank you to those of you who subscribe to the channel, who like this video, who comment. It's very appreciated. I really enjoy reading the comments. A lot of almost cards coming out, dropping out but face down, almost flipping but not quite. And I'm not taking them. It feels like there are just many messages that want to come through for you, Aquarians, but we're going to see what actually falls out, or if we must cut the deck and see what the strongest message is. But the Three of Cups, this is one that was trying to flip out earlier. This is in your recent past. It looks like a celebratory energy or a celebratory event in your recent past, Aquarians. So for those of you who are interested in a private session with me, my name is Aze, and all of the information that you need regarding personal readings can be found in the description box below. I think, Aquarians, that this reading is going to be mainly about you mastering your material realm, your home, your community, your bank account, your finances, your daily routine. With that King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Before we get started, I also wanted to say thank you so much to those of you who simply tip and donate to the channel. The link for donating can be found down below in the description box as well. And all of your contributions bring me so much inspiration and excitement for me to use on the channel in these readings. And I'm always trying to send all of that right back to you. I'm truly so grateful for all of it, the orders, the donations, all contributions to the channel, but solely operating on donations is somewhere where the channel is heading. It may take years, it may take longer than I'd like, but eventually I would like to operate solely on donations so that I can go back to doing free readings when I do personal and private readings for you. So with that said, Aquarians, we are on the cusp just before the full moon in your sign. We are through the Lion's Gate. Uranus has gone retrograde at this point, and we are just about to enjoy the energy of your full moon. So we will see how all of those energies are affecting you here in this reading. Your advice card is the World card, your third major arcana card, and your more distant future, or well, your near future is the Five of Wands, and then your more distant future is the Seven of Wands. So it looks like in the near future you are dealing with some ego drama, some feuding energies, some egos, maybe some petty drama from some egos that would like to battle you, to contest what you are doing, and ultimately you are going to stand up for yourself, stand up for what you believe in, and tell these people to back the hell off. This Five of Wands in your near future, Aquarians, can also be saying that you are going to see some competition soon. Maybe feuds, fights, maybe petty ego drama, yes, but also competition. So we see at present what is covering you is this energy of two things being patiently and precisely blended together, just like the two liquids in this cup. This angel is an alchemist of sorts. Again, patiently and precisely blending two different elements to create a perfect concoction, right? And crossed with the Empress, it seems that you are trying to create something, to birth something into the world by being very patient and mixing two, again, elements or two parts of yourselves, both your practical mind and your emotional mind. You're trying to be a creator in the world, successfully being a creator in the world from what I can see here, Aquarians. And whatever it is that you are creating with your patience, with your precision, may meet competition in the near future. Or for others, you are trying to reach a compromise of sorts with a divine feminine in your life. Your mother, a divine feminine partner, or someone who is a divine feminine or mother-like energy in your life. And in the near future, there are still some fights, some petty ego drama. You are trying to be very patient. You are trying to create something between two. And you may meet strife nonetheless in the near future. Or just competitors in your field of whatever it is you're attempting to create. Some of you are bringing a family together. When I see this Temperance card, I always see this Trinity, the triangle on the angel's chest here, and I'm always thinking of the mother, father, child Trinity with that symbol. And so some of you are crossed with the divine feminine energy who could be a counterpart for you, but there is, again, strife, fights in the near future, competition, maybe other competitors warring for this divine feminine's attention, perhaps. And ultimately, I see you fending those competitors, those warring energies, those other suitors away, right? Because they are calling that Trinity union, that divine creation, into question. Now, that is specific for those Aquarians who are seeing this as a relationship reading, in which case you may be closely interacting with a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurian, likely masculine energy, or a Sagittarius energy, or a feminine Taurus energy. But I would not get too hung up on the signs. I always say that. Those are just possibilities. And all of these energies, as always, and as we know, all of these energies are in all of our charts somewhere. It's just a matter of if you have a planet placed there and what house that sign rules for you. But for everybody, each sign does rule some house. We know this, right? What is coming through the strongest, now that we are 10 minutes in, what is coming through the strongest, Aquarians, is that you are, again, patiently, precisely creating something in a field that you have met many competitors in. And it's important to note that ultimately you're going to find that what is important for you is not competing, is not winning, besting over the competitors, but standing up for what it is that you truly believe in, who you believe you are, who you believe you are becoming, who you believe you can become, because you want to become that individual, right? So it's not really about making sure that you're the competitor who comes out on top. It's about, and you will find this by the end of the month, going into next even, that it is about you standing up for what you believe in terms of what you are creating and how you present yourself to your audience or those peers that you're competing with, right? It's not so much about winning. And that's the trajectory I see you on. That's the path that you're on. You're headed toward that realization on your own. And the message is coming through. You're advised to celebrate, for one. Because I see that you have a reason to celebrate in your recent past. This is your recent past card here. You have reason to rejoice. You have had, and perhaps were celebrating. Again, maybe it was a particular celebratory event, but for a lot of you, you've just had reason to celebrate. You've had good news to share, and you have been celebrating with loved ones, friends, people who understand you, support you, people who you are close with. I see. I'm digging down into the deck a little bit for us Aquarians. But perhaps those celebrations weren't what you wanted them to be. Maybe loved ones, close friends, family members, people who do support you wanted to celebrate your good news or your achievements in ways that were comfortable for them, comfortable for everyone who wanted to celebrate your accomplishments, but didn't exactly mark the occasion for you. What marks a moment of celebration for you? What makes it feel like an accomplishment for you? Maybe that is just baking cookies and having a night in by yourself with a glass of wine and a bubble bath and just taking a break, just taking a breather where you don't have to think. You can eat some junk food and some junk food TV. You don't have to work because you have accomplished something, right? You have made a giant leap forward. This is more than just the minor moment of celebration that you have shared with others and have allowed yourself to indulge in. This is you graduating to a new level. You are now capable of manifesting whatever you want, and you should celebrate that in a way that feels true to you, just like ultimately you will be standing up for what feels true to you. So that's a great way to get yourself in that mode prematurely, before you even reach this moment of standing up for what you believe and standing up to others and telling people to back the hell off. Again, celebrate in the ways that feel like celebrations to you. Yes, also indulge in celebrating with your loved ones who support you, but then celebrate in the fashion that feels like an actual celebration to you. The other note, the other piece of advice that comes through with the World card for us here is to remember that you are still tethered to this earth. You are still of this world, of this earth. Flesh and bone, blood, sweat, and tears. You still need to master your physical realm. You may have mastered your emotional realm and or spiritual realm and or mental realm, but you still need money, resources, food, a physically gratifying daily routine, exercise, dance, meditation, sleep. So if you are lacking in any of these areas, treating yourself as far as what you are eating, how often you are sleeping, how often you are getting exercise, or how many resources are coming in as a result of that which you are currently creating. And in terms of creation and what you are creating, it is divine, and you are dominating, and it is beautiful, and this precise concoction that you're combining in this photo here, in this picture here, which seems like it could be a photo of you at this moment, Aquarians. This patient and precise alchemy that you've been performing on your mind, your body, your heart, your surrounding world, your life, your circumstance. It is, again, divine and beautiful, and you are dominating, and it's beautiful. But is it bringing in the resources that you need, or is it allowing the time for sleep, for the proper diet, for exercising that you need? Because if not, that is what this reading is saying. You are still tethered to this earth. You are still of this earth, though you are a master manifester at this point and can manifest whatever you want to. Part of what you need to manifest is the time for sleep, for exercise, for a proper diet, for dance, for play, and part of what you need is resources to support your lifestyle, to support your home, to support your routine. You are going to need to find a way, and that may be why we're seeing these competitors show up in the near future. That may be why some energies feel like competitors, because maybe in your field, you know you're great at creating what you create, but you have many competitors who make it a question in your mind whether or not you can really manifest the needed resources. And the answer to that question is yes, with the World card showing up upright. Yes, you can. And it's a matter of, again, not trying to be the best, not trying to best your competitors, not trying to come up out on top, but trying to be true to who you are, standing up for what you believe in, what skills, what parts of you believe are integral to this work, to this creation, which parts of you really have brought it to life and will really sustain it. That's how you win, not by being better than your competitors, by being true to yourself. And that may sound cliche, that might be easy for you to ignore or wave away. And it's funny for me as a reader, because that is so often the case. It may sound like nothing to you, but it's not a sadistic smirk that you see, but all that I can do is laugh, because that is the answer to your question. That might not be what you want to hear, but engaging in the competition of your field, or in the competition of your relationship, if this is you trying to create that trinity that we touched on at the beginning, that family, and there's some sort of competition or strife between you and others who are interested in your divine partner, or between you and your divine other half themselves, engaging in the competition and the strife is not going to lead to what you want. It's not going to lead to that union. It's not going to lead to that win. It's not going to lead to you being on top, being the best, being all that you can be, being the epitome of yourself as a creator, whatever it is you're trying to create, but staying true to who you are, standing up for what you believe in and what you believe you have to offer this union, this creation. That is what will lead to that win, lead to you to getting what you want. This petty ego drama is just petty ego drama that you can easily get caught up in. And I did hear earlier today or yesterday, I was listening to astrologers speak on the weight of the moon in Aquarius, especially the full moon being in Aquarius during Leo season. Of course, I was listening to astrologers speak on that energy, and perhaps you all have heard different notes, and I'd be interested to hear. But what stood out to me, what resonated, what I grabbed a hold of was, they said it could make people feel like contesting others. It could make people feel like stepping into this energy of strife, of competition, make people feel defensive. Defensive, I think was the word, or something close, something synonymous, which was, I think it stood out to me and was so interesting to me because so much of my personal magic and rituals revolve around the fact that I only feel right, completely and totally right, when the moon is in Aquarius. And this is a side note, but I'm a Cancer rising, so I feel like it's sort of like my soul is ruled by the moon, as the moon is Cancer's ruling planet. So I think I cycle through these changes very quickly. So it feels good to me when the moon is in Aquarius. Once I cycle to that place, as I feel like I'm cycling through all the signs all the time, when I cycle into the Aquarian place, that feels right to me because I think it's because my moon is in Aquarius, and I really celebrate that in my chart. So to hear that it would make other people feel defensive and like stepping into that competitive energy, and perhaps that was just one astrologer, just one take. Like I said, I'd be interested to hear what you heard about it. But that really stood out to me. I was like, really? Other people are feeling like this makes them feel on edge or defensive or ready to fight? Because this is when I feel the best. It's when I feel right. So that may be relevant for some of you depending on where Aquarius is in your chart. As we said, this is for anyone who identifies with the sign at this time. So depending on, what type of Aquarian you are, maybe if it's your Mars sign or something like that, maybe it is making you feel like being competitive, being aggressive, or even passive aggressive toward loved ones, toward people who otherwise would be on your side. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Passive aggressive energy. Like, guys, ew. Ew. Don't do that. Definitely don't try to bring it into a Trinity union. Definitely don't try to bring it into any type of divine creation. Again, this is not about you competing with anyone. This is about you standing up for what you believe in. Now, if in standing up for what you believe in, it ruffles feathers, it makes other people feel like you're a competitor, feel like competing with you more, well, then that's on them. I'm not saying don't stand up for what you believe in. It's a fine line. Everything is about balance, so it's going to be a very fine line. But I do think that for most of you, in order to manifest the resources, the physical reality, the mastery of your physical reality that you need to at this time, one, you need to be reminded that just because you can manifest whatever you want does not mean that you are not still flesh and blood, tethered to this earth, from this earth, of this earth, that you don't still need food and money and etc., exercise, sleep, again, just to be very repetitive. But when I repeat those things, it's because that's the message that keeps coming through over and over and over. So, I find that as much as I hate that I repeat things in these readings, I can't get away from that. It's what delivering the messages looks like, coming from a lot of readers and myself for sure. You may be so focused on the creation, on what you are creating, on the alchemy you are performing in order to create it, right? That you miss the fact that you do have to make sure you're making some kind of money. And I think the point that I was getting at, I think in order to secure those resources, you just need to be who you are. You just need to stand up for who you want to be, what you want your work to look like, what you're passionate about, and above all else, when I see this card, for what you believe in, Aquarians. I think you are doing work that you love to do, but I think as you are focused on that work, I'm not sure that all of you are protecting your boundaries, your physical security, right? We can't let others drain that from us at this time. A lot of you are realizing that you do have to spend money in order to make money. You do have to invest in your business or whatever it is that you're creating in order to see more resources flow in. You have to allow some to flow out, right? But others of you, you're not feeling stable. You're not feeling secure physically. You don't have those resources that you need as an earthly being on lockdown at this time. But you will. This progression, this path, this trajectory, this reading is about the fact that this month you are figuring that out. And so this is just helping you along by saying, one, celebrate in the way that feels like a celebration to you, Aquarians, and two, keep in mind that you are still an earthly being, right? You are still on this earth. And so just because you can manifest whatever you want doesn't mean that you don't still have to feed your body, exercise your body, take time for meditation, take time to secure the resources that you need to come in for you, your home, your family, your loved ones. So that is what I see overall for you, Aquarians. Bypass the passive aggressive energy that came through pretty strong for some of you, and I don't know why it was in particular. I'm going to stop saying particular, the word particular, so much in these readings. I swear, I really am. I notice it. But it came through specifically really strong for those of you who are Aquarian, have your Mars in Aquarius. And I don't even, I'm not even sure who that is, of course. Probably other placements aside from having your moon in Aquarius, because as I said, that doesn't really resonate with me personally. But it's going to be different for everyone. The timeline is going to be slightly different for everyone, Aquarians, and the specifics are going to be different for everyone. Confidence in what you are creating is key here. Making sure your physical vessel is secure in every way so that you can continue to create what you are creating is key here. You need, certain types of food are magic for different people. Certain allotted amounts of meditation is magic for certain people. Dancing, singing, getting into your body, and the feeling of security of knowing that you have the resources coming in, that in and of itself is magic for different people. Not only sometimes can you manifest those things with magic, but having it, that feeling is magic, helps you to continue to create, and it continues to inform what you are creating, Aquarians. And I don't think that I'm telling you anything you don't know. I just think that you've been so laser focused on this alchemy, on what you've been creating and birthing into the world, that you've just lost touch with that. And a lot of astrologers and readers will talk about how Aquarians, and I've heard it said about aqua moons, how we are like aliens. So, and sometimes we can feel that way, and I don't just mean aqua moons, sun signs, Venus, rising signs, anyone who identifies with the sign of Aquarian at this time. Yeah, we can sometimes feel alien, feel otherworldly, feel like we're not of this earth. And it's an amazing feeling, but we are. And, if you are, you are. And so, yeah, this is about keeping in touch with that, remembering that, and not ignoring all of your physical needs, financial, exercise-wise, dietary-wise. I know I keep repeating these things, but not ignoring any of your physical needs. I mean, this creator, this mother, as she creates, as she coddles, as she breastfeeds, as she births, as she nurtures, right? As she carries, her child, right? She needs certain foods. She needs a certain amount of rest time. Someone has to fund that operation, right? Her getting enough rest time, her getting enough food, right? Or certain types even. And this month really is about you making sure that you're doing all those things for yourself, for the creator in your life at this point. And I feel like for most of you Aquarians, at least a lot of you, that is you. So again, that is where we will leave these messages, Aquarians. That is what is coming through for you here on my table today. I hope that the needed insight was able to reach you. And I hope that you make very wise choices for yourselves, gravitating away from the petty arguments, any aggressive energy, any passive aggressive energy, and simply standing up for what you believe in. But whatever your choice, I just hope you make wise choices for yourselves moving forward. And I love you, Aquarians, so much so. And I will post another reading for us as soon as I can.